Welcome back to On the Record. We're here at the Tech Data event, and I'm here with Robert Dutkowsky, who is the CEO of Tech Data. Welcome back to the show.
Robert.
It's been about 5 years, I think.
It's been a while, yeah. We're thrilled that you were able to come to our session with all of our customers and partners.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Actually, I came in and it's like just another event, and although I've been with Tech Data for, I guess, 30 years now working with them. But when I heard your speech today and just how you were putting it together, it was like, I have to tell you, I was sort of sitting back and going, wow, they've got it again. Like, you really seem to have your ducks in a row. So with that being said, let's talk about what that is. So you're no longer, like, you definitely are still a pick, pack, ship, credit facilitator, and all the things that everybody knows you as. But now they're going to have to realize that there's another whole new side to Tech Data that is really exciting for the VARs who get it.
Yeah, and so thank you for those kind words. You know, I think our company was built on the broad line concept, a broad line of products with a very high degree of customer service, the establishment of our credit relationship to support the growth of our customers' businesses. And what we determined is there's really a need for those strengths in some other environments. The data center, mobility, consumer electronics, and in the whole distribution of software. So we took those fundamental strengths that the company has that have been in place now for 35 years, and we've deployed them against different market segments. And it's really jump-started our company. It's also created a new value proposition for thousands of new customers, and it's allowed us to reposition the company in a very exciting way.
So explain how they go. So you talked about how it's from, how much effort is involved in it and so on, like how it moves up. So you talk with, so the consumer electronics really isn't very much different than your broadline base. Or actually, I don't even know if it is different at all anymore.
Yeah, well, what we did is we looked at what we called the IT spectrum. And we said it starts at very simplistic, low complexity. And think of that as consumer electronics. Think of that as the old broadline business of keyboards and mouse pads and printer cartridges, right? Where it's just a commodity that needs to be delivered in a very reliable fashion. The other end of the IT spectrum is high complexity, data center, cloud applications, virtualization, high degrees of security, network attached storage, industry standard servers. And if you looked at where Tech Data was positioned, we were positioned in that simple space. And over the last few years, we've added all of the complexity space. So now we're the only real true end-to-end IT distributor in the marketplace. We go from the simplest products to the most complex products and have multi-billion-dollar practices in each of those areas. So now a VAR in the marketplace who has made their business around supporting the PC is able to migrate into mobility products, into more complex software products, all the way upscaled into high-end, highly complex data center products with just one relationship, and that's a relationship with Tech Data.
Yeah, and if you look at everything that's going on in the industry, at least from my point of view, there's more to, like, you have what you have, but then you also have all the managed services that have come on board, and you have your field salespeople who can help them out. So now, like, I look at it and I say, not that I'm going to, so I don't think this is ever going to happen, but if I wanted to become a VAR, and I am the furthest thing from being a techie, I've been around technology for 31 years now, but I'm not a techie. But I can go in there and I can open up and use, get a relationship with one of your stronger groups, tell them what I'm trying to do. I can go out there, I know how to sell, I know how to run a business. I don't know technology. I think it would be an easy thing to get into.
Yeah, a lot of our customers are just entrepreneurs. They understand that there's a big market opportunity to support technology, but they're not technologists. And they rely on us to be much of that technology consultant that they need to be successful in the marketplace. For example, we can help them configure servers, we can help them build storage subsystems. A few of the vendors now have cloud in a box offerings that we actually build before they sell to their end user customer. We have all of that capacity. And now down at the other end, we have the ability to deliver a 70-inch high-definition television to your house, have someone with white gloves meet us there when the box arrives and mount it on the wall and hook it up to your cable system and enable it on your Wi-Fi network. All the way from configuring and building really complex to the kind of the commonplace that exists in the consumer market today. The old Tech Data was only focused in a very small area. Now the new Tech Data has this broad array of offerings and services that our customers take advantage of in a way that you're describing.
It's kind of funny when you think about it, because Tech Data started off as a consumer electronics company.
Way back when.
Way back when. Somebody, I don't even know his name, Steve Raymond's father.
Ed.
Ed, right. And he would, you know, you think of how far it came away from being that, and now it's come right back to that just being, it's all merged.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason is years ago, there was a whole ecosystem around the PC. And now that ecosystem has consolidated itself down to a much smaller environment. And now there's cell phones and tablets and all kinds of other products that Tech Data diversified its way into those products. And so we're really optimistic, Robert, about the future of the company, because as technology continues to change and evolve, we believe that it'll evolve in the data center, in mobility, in software, and in consumer electronics. So as the world continues to turn, Tech Data is in a great spot. And the best example I can give you of that is the advent of the cloud. The cloud is data center centric. It's big applications running in big computing centers, secured by software, virtualized with software, attaching to mobile devices and attaching all the way down to consumer devices. I give the example, I bought a beautiful high-end television, and the first thing I did with it is stream a Netflix movie into it. That's a cloud application. And, you know, I have a choice. I can buy every movie ever made and put a big server in my basement and attach it to my TV, or I can sign up with Netflix and use the cloud that exists and use their broad array of data and applications. It's a perfect example of how the cloud and technology and consumer technology all come together. And Tech Data is now playing in all of those environments.
And it makes sense. Like if you look at it, what Tech Data has done and done very well for 30 years plus is, you know, be the conduit. And now the conduit isn't necessarily going to be hardware. It's going to be hardware, it's going to be services, it's going to be applications, it's going to be all that. But you still are doing the same from the real high end, that core business. It's what you know how to do. You haven't, it's not like, I remember a couple of years ago I was getting called from a lot of the people in your position and other distributors asking me, you know, like, where do I think, how can they live in this environment, and where should they be going? And I kept saying to them, well, think about what your strengths are. Go back to your strengths, do it. And that's exactly what you've done.
Yeah, you know, because all of these technologies that we're describing are still built by our vendor partners. I mean, think about what Tech Data's value proposition is. We take products and technologies from the world's leaders in technology, and we package and bundle them together, and we sell them to a VAR who sells them to an end user. And now we're taking their clouded offerings and adding those to our line card, and our VARs take those and resell them. The difference is that the VAR needs help with things like billing and provisioning, and so we've invested millions of dollars in the systems that allow us to assist the VAR to do that work.
Oh yeah, when you look at how many transactions you're doing in a day, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, we sell $100 million a day, and our average transaction is under $1,000. Okay, so it's a high velocity. One of the Wall Street analysts recently called us a technology supermarket.
Yeah,
when you walk into the supermarket, you can buy you can buy meat and vegetables and bread and ice cream, and you take it home and you put it all together, right? And we have all of that technology on our line card, and our customers take it home and put it together, or we help them.
I was just going to say there's a difference.
Yeah, and in some cases, I like to think that we're more like a restaurant, where we have the ingredients, you pick from the menu, and we'll create a wonderful dinner for your customer every day.
But you know what? If you really think about it, though, you have some VARs who are really good at putting those solutions together, and so you help them. And you have other ones who would be like what I would be, who would say, oh, no, don't you send me anything, send it right to my customer, completely configured and ready to go, because I know how to plug it in, that's
right.
it.
So for example, in that environment, and you're right, we have 125,000 customers, so we have them of all flavors, but we'll take the product from our logistics center, we'll box it up and ship it to your customer with your packing slip on the box. And when the customer slits the box open, your bill is inside, and you never saw it or touched it. And so it makes you look like this huge company that has this capacity to do logistics and billing. In reality, we partner with you to do that.
And now, a lot of the things, because when I first got into this industry, you saw 50-60% margins on hardware. That was 31 years ago. Now you're lucky on hardware if you see 5%. But in the services and the managed services, the cloud offering, the apps, I'm sure it's going to be. I don't think you're going to get up to 60% very often, but 35, 40, 45%. You're going to see things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be substantially better than what it is with the trajectory that hardware is on. And so, that blending of all those things together makes Tech Data a more interesting company for our shareholders as well.
So maybe just the two of us should, I'll get out of my business, you get out of there, and we'll open up a little VAR company and make millions and millions of dollars, and all will be well.
And we make a lot of customers happy if we did that.
Yeah.
We'd have a successful business, Robert.
It could be very easily, I know. But the reality is, I like what I'm doing. I think you love what you're doing.
And I love what Tech Data does every day.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
I appreciate your time.
Let's get together before 5 years.
Let's do that. Thank you.